Okay, well, good morning. Pardon the wind. It's a little bit breezy and chilly. So this morning, see, we have the flags marked up for the drainage basin, catch basin, and there's also some up here. So we're going to get started on the drain work. The drain work is going to be, step one is what's called a level spreader. And essentially what it is, if there's a massive 100-year rain event, we have to dump water that, or not dump it, but it overflows into a pipe, basically, with a cap. Sorry for the wind. It's going to overflow into this thing and run out into like a mini pond with like rocks to slow it down. So we got to dig out the hole where the rocks go at the end of the pipe, and then dig out that level spreader. I'll show you. And then once that is done, then we got to put the pipe in and the berm. Now, the plans call for the pipe to come in next. However, there's no logistical way to make that berm and pour the concrete without making the berm and then digging a notch or a gutter, or digging a ditch through it and putting the pipe in third. So stay tuned. Okay, so that's the end of the basin where the orange things are, and between these close together two that are there's a pipe comes down. This will be the berm right next to me, and right here is going to be the riprap. There's a, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it starts out 4 feet wide and it goes to, I believe, 8 feet wide is what the plans call for. We marked it down 18 inches deep, and then that gets our 4 stones. And then right here in front of me, if you can see, it's like right there, there's going to be a perfect rectangular, it'll be 10 feet by 30 feet, so 15 foot off center, and that gets a foot deeper than the base of that's 18 inches. So that's what we're doing. Stay tuned. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to head out and go get myself some lunch, but I basically got it in before lunchtime. Now we will need to put mesh netting in and seed the floor of this. I don't know, being as late in the year as it is, that anything's actually gonna come up. I'm gonna probably have to rake over it and make it perfectly level, but with the 160 and my low level of experience, this is about as good as I could get it. Dug the riprap part up here, that's all up to spec. And then I was stupid and I backed the truck up, and I backed it kind of at an angle, thinking I don't want to dump directly on the hillside, and I didn't want to have to dump uphill. And I wasn't thinking I could have just took the hoe and scooped it out of the bed. So now I got a mess to clean up with a skid loader, and I had a stuck truck. I got it unstuck, and as soon as I started to get it to move, it shut off and won't start. So I don't know, if it's not one thing, it's another. But anyway, truck is not moving now. Stone is installed, floor is put in. I'm gonna have to dress it up a little bit, but the floor here now, like I said, I gotta level it, but on average this floor is 1 foot below the floor underneath that stone. The idea is when it comes out of that pipe, in a rare event when it actually has to overflow, which is going to take a lot of rain. This will hopefully never take on water other than what falls out of the sky. Water comes out of that pipe gushing, of course, because it's just coming downhill, hits the stones, slows down, and falls into this, where it can spread. This is called a level spreader. It can spread out through the whole length. And if, God forbid, it gets that much, at this point, we're talking about, you know, one of those 100-year rains, so to speak, crazy amount of rainfall. At that point, we're kind of at the mercy of nature, what's going to happen if it washes out the sides or not. I mean, this is absolute worst case scenario, this thing fills up, but it's engineered, and the way it needs to be built, this goes in first, and then we're moving our way up to the next basin, putting the pipe in. like I said, the plan's called to put the pipe in first, but there's physically no way of doing that and then building that berm without destroying that pipe. So we're gonna get the berm built, a lot of cut at that end, fill at this end, get the floor level, and then making, you know, I gotta strip the topsoil before anything. So I appreciate you tuning in. I don't know, it's very confusing trying to put together this whole process on videos, because I have to look back over about 6 months time frame of videos and decipher what on earth I was doing. So we are gonna have to do our best to get it together for you guys to see, but this is step one of the drainage process. So I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you guys. God bless you.